is, right? Swagger is a tool that enables the documentation creation for RESTful web service. It means here you can observe, I'm going to explain you the few concepts of why the documentation is needed here. Okay, let us say you created a RESTful web service, microservice with multiple UI, multiple endpoints. Let us say one is loading all employee details. One endpoint is loading all employees. One endpoint is going to load one particular employee details for whom you are giving an ID. One API endpoint is going to update your employee details. One endpoint URL is for delete. So likewise, you can have multiple operation: delete for given employee ID, delete for given employee name, delete for so and so salary. So you may have any number of endpoints for your service. Let us say you created this employee management system, so in which you have multiple controllers and you have in each controller multiple methods. This is what is your role. You developed a microservice with employee management. Now you don't have a user interface for this. You don't have a consuming client-side application for this. You just created a service. Now this is the service application needs to be used in some other application. So this application, let us say employee loan management system, okay, loan management system has to interact with certain endpoints of this particular service. Let us say in a loan management system, they wanted to read all employee details. So let us call this endpoint and load the data into this loan management system, right? So whenever one microservice is interacting with the other microservice, there should be an interaction between URI to URI, means endpoint to endpoint. So now I wanted to give what are the services available in my system to loan management system team. Okay, you are the team member who is working on employee management system. Now you wanted to provide the number of endpoint URLs, means endpoints means nothing but your controller methods. Each method will have one URL. So there are multiple controllers. Each controller may have multiple methods. Those methods you wanted to give as a documentation to the other team. So that documentation can be generated by the Swagger tool. Clear? So now we cannot explain, we cannot sit and explain like my controller has these many functions and my project has these many controllers. So we cannot give individually. So that can be auto-generated by the library called Swagger library. Swagger is a library which is used to generate the documentation for your RESTful services. It can be microservice, it can be Spring MVC REST controller classes, or it can be a Spring Boot REST controllers. Clear, all of you? Like this is what is document generation. So we can take any existing RESTful example where we have some controller with some methods. So here I am taking a very simple example. So I just remove everything. Now any RESTful web service you can take, like I am taking a very simple example that we have used in our Hitris example. So there is a simple controller class in which we have certain methods called, okay, simply I have given all the static methods. Okay, in my example, just this is a student service controller where we are loading the student details. Apart from that, I have added few methods in the same controller. You can take any other example. Okay, I have one method to load an employee ID. This is a get request. I have another method to load all employees with a get method. I have one employee ID. This is for delete operation. This is for delete operation. And another employee slash ID. This is for post operation. This is to update. So this is how we have multiple RESTful URI functions. These are all called as endpoints. URLs are nothing but the endpoints. Now I wanted to generate the documentation for these methods. So this can be done with the Swagger. So for Swagger, here I'm explaining in this document, we needed two more dependencies which have been highlighted. One is Spring Fox Swagger UI. One is called Spring Fox Swagger 2. These two are the dependencies you need to add apart from Spring Boot dependencies. So let us look into our pom.xml. I'm going to show you the dependencies what I have added. You can see here dependency Swagger UI and dependency Swagger 2. These two things need to be added. Once it is added, so for the same application, we can have controller, service, model, rest of the things can be as it is. Now we need one more configuration file. This configuration file is going to enable your Swagger. So this is the class. I'm giving you this class. Okay. All of you can look into and you can copy this class into your application. So this class is nothing but it has to be annotated with at configuration. Class name can be anything, but it should have at configuration and at Swagger. Then you will have one bean class, which is the return type is docket. It means it is going to give you documents, right? Certain collection of documents it is going to give. So the return type is docket. This is coming from your SpringFox library. And what exactly this docket is going to contain is nothing but all the documents. Okay, whatever we create a document of type Swagger, metadata, and this up to this you need to give as it is. Here is regular expression. We cannot give all the each and every method names, right? Definitely when we have certain methods, we will follow some convention. Let us say all employee applications will start with emp / and then we will change the URL, right? We will maintain some uniformity. That naming convention we can follow in this configuration class. Regex emp.start means starting from emp, all methods need to be documented, right? And then here the thing is metadata. There is some metadata you are adding to this document, like who is the title for this documentation and what is the description you want to add, what is the terms of service and what is the contract version of this document you want to maintain, that you can add into API metadata. Means there is a documentation is going to be generated. For that documentation, this is going to be metadata. That's all. This is a configuration file you need to add, and then you need to add the dependencies. Okay, this is what we are doing in a pom.xml, adding the dependencies, and we have added into our controller with certain methods. You can take existing method. Just for a sample, I have taken these 3 to 4 methods which are starting with emp as a URL, and I am adding the configuration class. This is a configuration class I am explaining about. So configuration enable, and then here docket. Okay, here is a document type and you need to give the URI. Whatever URI it is starting with, that name dot star you can give, so that all the methods which are starting with this documentation can be generated. Once this is done, simply you start your application as a Spring Boot application, and it is starting with the 8089 port. Now you just open your 8089. So here I'm going to take a new localhost / 8089. So whenever you open first time, you give the port number, okay, and then you can try for executing an individual methods. What are the methods we have? Let's say EMP. It has to display all the employee details. I don't have any data for this, just I am displaying a string. So here you can observe in my all controller methods, I have only just a string I am having a return type. So that is what I am executing here. So /emp/ some ID I am giving, then it will be likewise. This is the URL I have, but how can I give the description of each endpoint of my application? So now you can access it by using swagger-ui.html. Okay, the port number, then /swagger-ui.html. So now it is going to open you the Swagger UI HTML page, where it will be giving you the controller name which is running here. See, automatically the controller name, whatever is there, it is picked into this application. It is going to show you the controller name. And then API docs. API docs is nothing but whenever you click this, it is going to show you how many number of methods are there in that. Okay, what is the metadata information about the document, how many methods are there, it is given like a key value pairs. Now let us say still we wanted to use it in a more understandable format. Now here you can check with, okay, you just, earlier it was like this, when you click on this, it is going to show you all the methods available. You can see here, what is the first method? Get all employees, get employee, add employee, delete employee, and what type of method it is given here. Let us say in our application, we have given a type of a method as get, delete, post. That description is given here. So now if you wanted to explain about your controllers and how many methods are there, you don't need to explain it in a different documentation. By with the Swagger library, it is capable of generating documentation for you. So any client who wants to work on your controller now, those who want to consume your services, let us say when you are integrating your Spring Boot application with Angular. In Angular, when you wanted to write a client application, you wanted to test which service URL endpoint is producing what type of data, what type of method it is. Okay, what is the URL? Just go to Swagger and check. This is the easiest way to generate the documentation for RESTful web services. Each method, when you go here, you can see number of parameters, what is the response type, what is the code it is giving, what is the return in input type, okay, what kind of error messages can be raised for that method. Every description is given for this. For example, is a delete method, what could be the parameters required for this, and what is the error response codes can be generated. It will give the total documentation for this. So this is all about Swagger tutorial. You people need to implement this Swagger for one of a lab exercise in Spring Microservices lab book. Okay, that is the reason this video will be useful for